Welcome to Dream by Design with Melissa Banks, where women share their dreams, struggles, and successes. How they were able to persevere despite the fear and create the life they want and deserve. If you're looking for inspiration to move you past where you normally would stop, then this is the show for you. Here's your host, Melissa Banks.
Welcome to Dream by Design with Melissa Banks. I'm excited you could be with us today. I'm your host, Melissa Banks. Today, we have another amazing woman to share her journey with us and how she was able to keep going despite the circumstances. Today, we have on the show Latrice Rogers. Latrice is the CEO of Goddess Virgin Hair and Essential Beauty. Hi, Latrice. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Melissa. Thank you for having me.
I'm so excited to talk with you today.
Yes, I've been waiting on this. Yes, can you hear me?
I can. So Latrice, let's just start at the beginning. I know that you started your entrepreneur career pretty young and without everything being perfect, but what made you want to be an entrepreneur?
The thing that made me want to become an entrepreneur is just working for minimum wage and not just seeing my worth. Like, I was working at Office Depot making $8 an hour, and here I am with this degree. I graduated from Jackson State University with a degree in science, and, I'm thinking I'm going to live the American dream, which was not my case because here I am making $8 an hour. 2 weeks, my check will possibly be like maybe $112, and, I just didn't see that for myself or my future. So, I was like, entrepreneur it is. It wasn't hard. It was something that I kind of fell into like a hobby at first, but it worked. God said, this is your journey. This is what I want for you. And that's how I, fell into the entrepreneurship.
Okay, so you went into hair. Now, a lot of people would say, oh, there's so many people doing hair. You're not going to be able to make money doing hair. How did you get from, okay, my degree is in science, that's not working out for me. I'm not ready to work for these low wages, but I love hair. So how did you put that together and start your business in an industry that's very busy?
So one thing about it, it's nothing that you're doing that someone else isn't already doing. So you just have to basically believe in yourself. Like, it was so many different people, of course, doing the same thing, but I'm my own individual person, so I knew that they wasn't going to do it the way that I do it. So it was no comparison. And hair was something that I was always fascinated with. Like, I was always fascinated with beauty, makeup. So it was kind of like second nature. And anything that's a hobby for you, you can actually turn it into a career because, that's something that you love. You're going to put your all into whatever it is that you love.
Latrice, you're absolutely right. For me in the event industry, I heard a lot of that when I was beginning. I was decorating and I was doing things, and so many people was doing it. But I always thought, you know what? I'm the only me, right? So nobody else is going to do it like me. So I didn't let that stop me. So I definitely agree with you on that. So I've heard you share your story about selling your hair from the trunk of your car. So how do you get from selling the hair from the trunk of your car? I believe it was a Toyota, maybe a Camry. How do you get from selling the hair out of the trunk of your Camry to building a successful business?
Man, it's just growth, anything comes with growth. Like, Target was like my meetup spot. There was a safe place that I would meet all my clients, and I would, see myself sitting there, and I would have these long lines forming. Like, it was this one time that the security guard, he came up to me because it was a distraction. There was so many people just coming to my car getting hair, and I'm just slinging it out the window like, next. I always tell people like it was like McDonald's. Like, I'm the employee at McDonald's, and you're pulling up. It was one of those type of things. And he believed in me and didn't even know me. He was like, this is amazing. If these many people would come to your car in Target's parking lot, imagine if you had a storefront. And I was still kind of scared because I'm still new to money, and I don't want to lose the money that I'm getting because I don't want to go back to square one trying to grow faster than, what I think that I am, but what I didn't know was that I was on to something magical. And it just kind of worked that way. Like, I moved into my first storefront. I was the first one to get the campus card for Jackson State to do the virgin hair. And with that, of course, as a college student, half of us are broke. So, we need this campus money. And that was real lucrative when it came to, my business. So I kind of grew from there and went into a bigger store. And then come the vending machines and, just so forth and so forth. It was like a snowball effect. So, it kind of just, I don't know. It was, I was favored by God. I always tell people that.
Latrice, as you was talking, I mean, your story is definitely a story of pushing through and continuing to move forward. So you had a dream. It wasn't like you already knew what to do or how to do it, but you knew that you wanted to do something that you love. And basically, you created your dream, which is what this show is all about, is designing the life that you want and then going for it. It wasn't easy or lucrative, or it didn't look great at the beginning, but you didn't let that stop you. And another thing is you're parked on Target parking lot. You have lines of people coming to purchase your hair. See, what that says to me is, everything doesn't have to be perfect for you to keep moving and to keep going. So when this person said a storefront for you, how did you get the courage? Because that fear was there. You want to hold on to this money because this money is new to you, right? So that fear is there, but you still move forward. So how did you get to that decision where you were able to say, you know what, I'm getting ready to go for it?
I still wanted to be strategic and safe. So I got something that I felt like I can afford. Honestly, my first was about $300 a month. And I knew I can afford that because off one transaction, that's my rent right there. And I'm doing plenty of these transactions. So, it wasn't a big deal, and I felt like it was a safe bet. And I betted on myself, and, I believed in myself and just kind of grew from there.
Well, you know what? That what you just said is, to me, the key. I don't care what industry or what it is that you decide to do, but if you believe in yourself, that gives you the confidence to move forward and take the steps that you need, even if it seems a little fearful or afraid. It's believing in yourself, and that is so huge that you just said. Okay, if you're just joining us, you're listening to Dream by Design with Melissa Banks, and today our guest is Latrice Rogers, CEO of Goddess Length, Virgin Hair, and East Sensual. Now, Latrice, what challenges as a female entrepreneur do you face as you build your business?
The challenges I faced was definitely having people to take me serious, because if something new is, and if it's something foreign to people, then they don't support you until you make it. And, just having to know that I don't need that support to work hard and get it on my own, put my all into whatever I'm doing and to just truly believe in myself. And, also, I had a lot of about lessons, because a lot of people, when you start making money, you don't know, they come at you and they feed these dreams into you, and it sounds so amazing, like, okay, I can do this for you, and I lost a lot of money actually doing it. So those are like two key things that I say that, was really, I really learned from, and I'm glad that I did go through it, because it prepared me for the businesswoman that I am today.
Oh, awesome. Now, Latrice, back in 2017, I can remember that you were named Young Entrepreneur of the Year. So how did that feel? You started out selling your product out of your car. You moved into a small space, and you continue to grow your business. And then to have your hard work noticed in that way, it's been named Young Entrepreneur of the Year. What was that like for you, and how did that recognition change your business?
Oh, my God, that was like my wow moment, because it was like, oh, my God, girl, you're really doing something, because I was the type of person who, like, whatever I did, it never went right for me, and I didn't fully believe in myself because I was an introvert, and it was always these insecurities that was that I instilled in myself for whatever reason. And, just being named Young Entrepreneur of the Year, when I sent the package in, I didn't even know that I was nominated, but when they contacted me and I sent the package in, the day that they got it, they were like, hey, we're not supposed to say this, but you're it. You won. And, that was just my moment, like, go for it, girl. Like, you're sleeping on yourself. So that was a wild moment for me.
That is so amazing.
I love SBA.
I'm sure. And you know what? And as I see you, and I know how quiet you are, and just see all that you've done over the last few years has just been amazing and such an encouragement. I know one of the things that you do, you do a number of things. You participate in hunger initiatives. You have a back-to-school drive, and you award scholarships as well, just giving back to the community. How important is it to you to give back to the community that you're in, just to give back? How important is that to you?
Giving back, it's my mission, because I was once in that position. I was once that person. And, no one ever came to me and was like, hey, this is how you do this, or let me help you out and give you this. So I feel like, since God blessed me enough to give me the position that I'm in or the platform that I'm on, then why not give back, give back to something that looks so familiar or that means so much to me. Like, I give back so much, and I wouldn't change it for the world. If I got it, I'm going to continue to give back.
I think that's amazing, and I believe the more we give, the more we get. I tell people the best way to achieve your dream is to make sure you help someone else achieve theirs. So I salute you for doing that. Okay.
Yes.
Let's talk a little bit about 2020. Most people you talk with have some story to talk about with 2020. 2020 was both a challenging year, and as I had another guest phrase it was also a rewarding year. So how was the year 2020 for you, and how was your business impacted with COVID-19?
The year 2020 was actually my most successful business thus far. Each year becomes better and better, and 2020 was just one of those years that, it was tragic with, all the things that took place, but as far as business-wise, it was really good to me. And in a sense, I'm still thankful because so much went on, and I was still blessed to, to triple what I made the year before. With COVID, I just had to get a little bit more strategic. Like, a lot of people were at home and they were on social media. So it's how do I make my social media presence even better? You just have to adapt with whatever's going on. And at that moment, like I said, social media was the wave. And I had to figure out how to capitalize on it, like give them the great visuals that they need. Like, it was just so much thought that went into, my team working overnight trying to figure out, like, how we can, cultivate, social media. And we did it, and it was a great year.
That's awesome. And what that says to me is you figured out a way to pivot your business that you have. Me in the event industry, that COVID-19, of course, was huge for us as well. So we had to go to digital, to virtual, to social media more than ever. So I definitely get that you had to do that, and you had to do it successfully because, you had a product, you had a storefront that was no longer the way people were coming in to get their hair, so you had to figure out another way, and you were able to do that. So that says a lot, in my opinion. So
yes,
you have had a lot of success with Goddess Lens. Goddess Lens has been very successful, and I'm so proud of you. But you also launched Essential Beauty. So tell us about Essential and how important you feel it is to keep evolving your business and growing your business.
With Essential Beauty, it goes hand in hand with the hair extensions. I always like, putting lace fronts on and closures, and I will find my sides, my hair is thin, is real thin, and my edges are bald. So, of course, underneath your extensions, you need to take care of your hair. So, of course, like I said, I have a degree in biology science, and, I'm like a chemist, so I'm in the kitchen putting these ingredients together, like, the rosemary, the honey, the biotin, and it actually works. Like, I would see my hair grow, and I would give it to, like, my family members, and they was like, you need to sell this because this is really this is an amazing product. And it was just one of those things, again, where I feel like, God has favored me, and I put it out there, and I, mixed the right ingredients, and I got the factories to, to make it for me. And when we launched, like, we did so amazing. Like, people really believe in the product, and I have so many great reviews saying how it helped them, and they've only been using it for 2 weeks. So, just anything to that nature, where I can help people and, make $1 while I'm at it.
I'm glad you said that part. Yeah. First of all, I didn't know that you actually made the product, so that's pretty exciting. I'm glad for our audience to hear that. But one of the things you said, and make $1. So often business people hide from that fact that we're in business to make money. You want to help somebody and you want to make some money as you do that. So that's really great to be real straightforward and honest about that. And congratulations on Essential. I had no idea that you literally created that product. So that's awesome. Okay, Latrice, we have so many young female entrepreneurs or female ladies in our audience, and they have a fear of starting their business. They feel like they're not in the right place. They don't know what to do. They love the industry that you're in or a similar industry. What advice would you give to them to push them a little further into making that decision to start their business?
I would just say consistency is key. Just stay consistent with what you believe in and what you're doing. There's so many people that are going to be in the same business doing the same thing, and it may seem like they're doing it better, but you don't know how, you don't know the struggles that this business has to go through, or if they're even struggling. Like, a lot of people fake it for the gram, and, it works for some people. But at the end of the day, I would say just stay consistent, believe in you, stay in your own lane. Don't look at what this person is doing, what that person is doing, because if you're looking at them and you're trying to compete with them, you're never going to, and you're just now starting off, you're not going to ever elevate, because you're always competing for somebody who's already at the top, if that makes sense. Like, if you look at me, and you're trying to off-back just jump into getting a store, a vending machine, it may not work for you. You may not have the capital. And you may feel like if I don't have a vending machine or a store, then I'm not going to start my business. But no, honey, I started from the trunk of my car, and it was a little raggedy green Toyota Camry, and I was making thousands of dollars in that car. So just like I said, I keep reiterating just, be yourself, stay in your own lane. Don't look at the next person. Just go for it. If you believe in it, if you can think about it, you can achieve it.
Oh, wow. Awesome, Latrice. Now, I've often heard you talk about customer service and the importance of customer service. Why do you feel that is critical to the success of your business?
Man, customer service to me, that's key. That's number one. Being a Black entrepreneur, like, people look at us and it's, we're expected to do a lot more. And I will go into, I like to go into different businesses and, monitor their customer services. Because, if you go somewhere and somebody treats you wrong, or if you constantly go somewhere and they don't have the product, you're not going to support them. You're not going to patronize their business. I wouldn't go anywhere where somebody would mistreat me. So, like I tell everybody, and I have to train my employees, the customer is always right. I don't care. 9 times out of 10, they're not right. But when they come in my store, they are right. And, I've had customers to come in and, they would literally turn up like full-fledged. But by me treating this customer right and not, acting the way that they act, they actually come back and they send me more customers. Word of mouth is everything. And, word of mouth travels so far. 90% of my business is word of mouth. And if I give bad customer service, that word of mouth is going to travel, and I'll be destroyed, instantly.
Oh, wow. This has been a great, great conversation, Latrice. I really appreciate you coming on. I would like for you to tell us what's next for you.
So for me, thus far is the expansion of Goddess Lens. We plan on taking Goddess Lens to more states, Essential Beauty. We plan on being in major retail stores. So it's just a lot in store. Like, I'm working, just trying to get everything together and in its proper place. So, just stay tuned. I have a lot of surprises coming up.
Well, we will definitely want to make sure our audience be able to follow you and stay connected to you. So what final words may you have for our audience, and be sure to give them all of your contact information so they can keep up with everything that's going on with you.
Well, they can definitely follow me on social media at Goddess Lens or my personal page, Latrice Renee. And just make sure, if you have faith, then you don't have anything to worry about.
Awesome. Thank you again, Latrice, for being with us today. This has been an amazing conversation, and I feel so inspired, and I just appreciate you for sharing your story with our audience today.
Oh, no problem. Thank you for having me, Melissa. Anytime you want me to come back, you just let me know.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. And thank you to our audience for tuning in to today's edition of Dream by Design. I'm your host, Melissa Banks, saying all your dreams are possible. Believe in yourself, work hard, and don't quit. Until next time, thank you for choosing Dream by Design with Melissa Banks. Enjoy your day.